Caitlin Clark's presence on a basketball court has always been magnetic, a name synonymous with pinpoint precision and jaw-dropping performances. Yet, when news broke that Clark had stepped into the world of golf with the same ease and mastery she brings to hoops, sports fans everywhere leaned forward in disbelief. Her recent exhibition match had two of basketball's biggest stars, A'ja Wilson and Angel Reese, visibly gobsmacked. This wasn't just an average display of athletic crossover. It was a moment that left people questioning if there was anything Caitlin Clark couldn't do. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. The event itself unfolded on a sunlit course with conditions so perfect it looked like nature had scripted the day for a grand spectacle. Clark, whose every move on the hardwood feels calculated and controlled, brought that same focus to the fairway. But golf isn't basketball. It's a sport of patience, precision, and an entirely different kind of athletic rhythm. Yet there she was, swinging like she'd been doing it since birth, her drives cutting through the air with a purpose that suggested an unspoken familiarity with the game. A'ja Wilson, known for her dominance on the court, initially approached the day with playful confidence. As one of basketball's most vibrant personalities, Wilson made her presence felt early, bantering about how basketball players could outshine golfers on any given day. But her bravado started to waver as Clark's first few shots soared down the fairway. By the third hole, Wilson's jokes had turned into exaggerated gasps and wide-eyed disbelief every time Clark pulled out a new club, and made the game look deceptively simple. Angel Reese, no stranger to big-game confidence herself, started the day with a smile that said she wasn't going to be impressed easily. Reese has a way of carrying herself that suggests she's always in control, always ready to rise to a challenge. But even she couldn't maintain her poker face for long. After watching Clark chip a ball onto the green with precision that had her caddy nodding in approval, Reese leaned on her club, shaking her head with a grin that screamed, "This can't be real." Clark's swing wasn't the product of raw strength or overexertion. It was poetry in motion. There was a rhythm to it, as if she were conducting an invisible orchestra with each strike. The sound of her club meeting the ball was sharp, satisfying, and consistently followed by applause from the small crowd gathered to watch this one-of-a-kind exhibition. She didn't rush, didn't fumble, and never once looked like she was out of her depth. Watching her play was akin to witnessing a masterclass in adaptability. The humor of the day wasn't lost on anyone. Wilson, who thrives on a good laugh, took every chance to lighten the atmosphere. At one point, after Clark sunk a mid-range putt with unflinching confidence, Wilson threw her hands up in mock surrender, shouting, "She's probably out here, calculating the wind and angles like she's got a paytee in this." Reese, meanwhile, muttered something about Clark being built different as she adjusted her visor, clearly impressed despite herself. The course itself became a stage for this unexpected drama, and Clark played it like a seasoned performer. Her game wasn't without its quirks. She had a habit of adjusting her stance in a way that seemed almost too casual, as if she were getting ready for a free throw instead of a long drive. But that easy demeanor only added to her charm. It was a reminder that she wasn't a professional golfer, just an athlete whose natural talent seemed to blur the lines between sports. One of the most memorable moments came on the ninth hole, a particularly tricky par 4 with a dogleg left and a treacherous bunker guarding the green. It was the kind of challenge that might unnerve even experienced golfers. Clark, however, studied the hole for a few moments, then pulled out her driver with a calm that suggested she'd already solved the puzzle in her mind. Her shot was a thing of beauty, arcing over the trees and landing in perfect position for an approach shot. Wilson, watching from the cart, could only shake her head, laughing as she said, "How is this even fair?" Reese, who had taken a few decent shots herself, seemed to accept her fate by the back nine. She spent more time hyping Clark up than competing, cheering loudly every time Clark hit another improbable shot. The camaraderie between the three athletes was evident, their mutual respect shining through the friendly jabs and laughter. What could have been a competitive affair instead turned into a celebration of Clark's brilliance and the joy of watching greatness in action. Beyond the laughs and lighthearted moments, Clark's performance had a deeper impact. It wasn't just about her dominating yet another sport. It was about the sheer versatility of human potential. She demonstrated that excellence isn't confined to a single discipline, that the skills honed in one arena can sometimes translate seamlessly into another. It was a reminder that passion and dedication, when paired with raw talent, can lead to extraordinary outcomes. For Clark, golf didn't seem to be about proving a point or outshining anyone. It was clear from her demeanor that she approached the day with a genuine love for the game. Her interactions with the caddies, her careful attention to the nuances of each hole, and the quiet satisfaction on her face after a well-executed shot all spoke to her respect for the sport. She wasn't trying to overshadow the professional golfers who had dedicated their lives to the craft. She was simply exploring a new challenge, and in doing so, she created a moment that transcended sports. The event ended with a light-hearted awards ceremony, Wilson and Reese presenting Clark with a trophy that was more gag gift than actual accolade. Wilson declared her the most annoying multi-sport athlete ever, while Reese handed her a golf hat emblazoned with the words, "Too good at everything." Clark accepted both with a laugh, proving that her humility matched her talent. What stood out most about the day wasn't just Clark's skill, but the way she carried herself through it all. There was no arrogance, no sense of superiority, just a quiet confidence that spoke volumes. She seemed to revel in the challenge without letting it overwhelm her, a quality that clearly resonated with her basketball counterparts. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the course in shades of orange and gold, the three athletes lingered, sharing stories and laughs long after the last putt had been made. It was a fitting end to a day that had started as a novelty and ended as a testament to the joy of sports and the connections they foster. For those who witnessed it, whether in person or through clips that quickly went viral, the event was more than a display of athletic prowess. It was a celebration of what makes sports so compelling: the ability to surprise, to inspire, and to bring people together in shared admiration for feats that seem to defy explanation. Caitlin Clark, with her effortless golf mastery, reminded everyone that greatness often lies in the unexpected. As the event wound down, the atmosphere remained electric. It wasn't just about Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping performance on the course. It was the shared energy, the laughter, and the collective awe that made the day memorable. Even as spectators started to disperse, conversations lingered on Clark's uncanny ability to adapt and thrive in an environment that wasn't her usual stage. Her precision, her poise, and her unshakable focus had turned what could have been a casual exhibition into an unforgettable display of natural talent. Wilson and Reese, though humbled by Clark's performance, couldn't stop joking about the absurdity of her abilities. "You've got to leave some talent for the rest of us," Reese quipped, still shaking her head as they posed for photos together. Clark, ever the good sport, simply smiled, offering a shrug as if to say, "What can I say?" In the end, the event wasn't just about Caitlin Clark's incredible golfing. It was a showcase of camaraderie, humor, and the sheer joy of witnessing an athlete explore new dimensions of their potential. As the trio headed off the course, their laughter echoing into the evening, it was clear this was more than just a sporting exhibition. It was a moment of shared brilliance. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.